Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 35th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast.
That's a nice number, isn't it? It's half of my great-granddad's age.
It's the worst start to the pod. What is this? Is this a second...
Is this the 35th episode?
Is this a second episode in 2 weeks?
I think so.
That's pretty...
Are we Oh.
Can't curse anymore. We're trying to make this more family-friendly.
Are we bloody stepping up our game?
I think we are. Well, we don't want to give people false hope because this
We might be incompetent fools.
This might be a very much one-time thing, but we are back 2 weeks after, like the good old days of the Poorly Planned. And by the good old days, I mean back when the pod was so much worse, like we mentioned last time. Yeah. And someone said in the comments, I'm definitely going back and listening to that first episode. Don't.
It's really bad.
It's not worth it. Anyway, my name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk movies, we never talk comics. Movies, TV
comics.
Movies, TV shows, bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and I would say the Curtis to my Frank Castle, as we'll get to in a second. Or maybe...
I think you're more the Curtis to my Billy Russo.
I do believe you're
You're the Agent Orange to my Billy Russo.
I can't remember. Does he kill him?
No, that I let someone else kill you while I watch
good.
and go for it, Frank.
Okay, awesome start to the show. Freddy is the point there. So, how have you been?
Freddy's the butt of the joke, as always.
So, we're going to do very quick mini reviews, very quick news, and then talk about the 2019 movies coming up. Oh. anything we might have something to say about. Which probably, I mean, what are we going to say about,
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah, nothing, exactly. So first, though, mini reviews. Also, there are time codes in the description, so you can skip around as you please. Don't. So first off, if you can tell from that intro, we've both been watching a little bit of that The Punisher season 2. I've seen 5 episodes. You've seen? I just finished episode 10 this morning, so I'm almost done. I've been doing that one episode per day. It's been nice. Not nice. I mean, it's a dark show, but no, I've enjoyed it. It's not on that Daredevil season 3 level, but it's still on that level where like I actually look forward to watching the next episode, and I'm not like gotta drag myself through this now. It's really good. I mean, I only have 2 notes here specifically, because I thought you wouldn't have seen it by now, so I was just going to tell you about these epic moments where in episode 3, Billy Russo, spoilers for The Punisher, season 1 and 2, I guess, up to episode 10, there's a part where Billy Russo gets off of the bus once he's escaped, and he, like, this guy tries to mess with him, and then there's an epic Russo walk out of the alley with, like, sunglasses on.
And with the blood on the shirt.
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty...
Roos.
That was pretty Roos. And then, episode 7,
very good. We should just put a picture of this in the video. Episode 3, epic Russo walkout. Episode 7, Russo!
Can I spoil a kind of minor thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Because, like, he's gonna face Russo a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, in episode 7, you know how for the whole show so far, Russo's been having these nightmares about the skull and he doesn't know what it means or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Frank just appears, and he takes off the mask, and Russo's, like, confused, like, oh, it's Frank. And then he takes off the jacket, and he's got the Punisher skull, and he just screams Russo, and then Russo has, like, a panic attack, and it's an excellent scene. But no, the...
Marvelously shot.
Marvelously performed. It's very... dude, what's his name? I was gonna say Frank Grillo. It's Frank Castle. It's not Frank Grillo. So what's his name? John Bernthal is Frank... Curtis is Frank Castle was great. John Bernthal is Frank Castle.
So good.
Amazing. He's like up there on that Charlie Cox level, I would even say. I'd even go that far. What was I talking about? Frank. Yeah, he's great.
The Frank.
The Frank. I actually like the girl. At the start, I was like...
Oh, I hate her. She's so annoying.
I don't know. At the start, I was like, I know these guys are going to team up, and I feel like that might... I don't know if I'm crazy about that. But honestly, so far, I kind of like her. I think her and Frank have, like, a charming dynamic. And they also have a little bit about, like, his kids later on. They talk about that, and it's nice. Anyway, the bad guy.
The Russian dude. What do you think of him?
Well, he's not Russian, is he? Well, there are Russian bad guys, but I think this guy is not Russian.
Is he not Russian?
I don't think so, because the Russians in the show have cartoonishly Russian accents, and this guy does not.
Oh.
The pastor guy, right?
Yeah.
Probably not a pastor. We're probably using that term, like, interchangeably.
You know the Pope in the show?
He might be, like, a priest or something. I'm sorry. I don't know the technical terminology. He's really good. He's not...
I find him a bit Spit.
kind of like trying hard to be a villain. I think, yeah, he's not nearly on a Mahershala or a Kingpin level, but I think he's good, and especially later on when you learn more about him, and he also has a scene. There's one action scene with him, like in episode 10. I won't. There's one action scene with him that is fantastic, and he's like, yeah, he's quite frightening, but
he's quite frankening.
Did I not say that? But no, I think he's alright. I'm not crazy about Russo as much as I was last season, because last season I thought he was an excellent villain, where like he's super
charming.
True. Very
handsome.
Very handsome.
Super sexy.
But like he's very... I just remember very specifically that shot of him like cleaning the blood off Madani, Sam Stein's blood off Madani that he like stabbed out of Sam Stein. And it's making it sound much goofier than it actually is. It was a very... Like that was super... Like I was like, oh, he's terrifying. And he was like, yeah, this time he's a little bit more like... And I guess it's probably accurate to the comics of the villain Jigsaw, but he's like just crazy and screaming all the time, and I'm like, I don't find it as compelling.
I miss some of that just Sam Stein blood.
But I do find it interesting, and I can't remember, I'm sure I have, but I can't remember a thing where I saw this kind of villain where he's done some terrible stuff, he has memory loss, and now he can't remember the terrible stuff he's done. And so it's kind of becomes a moral question of like, should we kill him? Because he's basically...
He doesn't remember
the Russo, like, that was in the war with Frank, except he's also kind of insane. I don't know. I think he's good. Action is fantastic.
It is. Like, from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, next episode... Oh, no, wait. You've seen episode 5.
Well, I don't know if I've gotten to it.
Have you seen the gym fight?
No.
The gym fight is phenomenal. It's so good. And it does involve, not in a fighting capacity, but in a plot capacity, it involves Turk Barrett, which makes it even more exceptional. I love Turk Barrett in these shows. Every time I'm showing this,
every shows
oh my god, why do I have to do this always? Yeah, and I mean, he was kind of stupid though. He's like, tries to call the police, and Frank's like, I'll shoot you in the head. And I'm like, of course he will. You know this guy. What do you think is gonna happen?
Turk.
But overall, really enjoying it so far.
Turk was a victim in Daredevil season 2.
Not really.
Where he was tied up, and you got a thing on his ankle.
Not at all.
Turk was.
I remember in Daredevil, I think season 1, where he opens a car door or like the back of a car, and then Daredevil just jumps down and slams it on his fingers. I remember that. That was good. No, I love Turk.
Turk's been through some hard times.
They should make it the Turk cinematic universe. Moving on, I think Punisher's really good. So far I'm really enjoying it.
The Turkiverse.
I watched Roma. Wait, let me finish this food real quick.
Roma. What's Roma?
It's nominated for Best Picture, or like a bunch of awards, like Best Director. No, yeah. So I want to see all the. I'm only missing 2 Best Picture nominees: The Favorite and Green Book, which we're gonna go see.
Oh.
But so yeah, I'd also heard this was great for a while, and like it's on Netflix, so I really have no excuse for not watching it. So I was like, sit down, watch it, and it's very good.
What's it about?
It
would be about Madrid, would it?
No, it's set in Mexico. And it's about...
I thought it was actually set in Rome. I thought it was super clever.
It's about the director Alfonso Cuarón's like childhood memory of his childhood growing up, but it's told from the perspective of the maid that he had, or like the housemaid, who has like her whole own life. And it's kind of one of those films that doesn't have much of a plot.
Kind of like Grown Ups 2.
No, not at all.
My go-to not a plot movie.
It's like it just follows this character around, and like, stuff happens definitely. And
things happen.
That should be the synopsis. You follow this character, stuff happens. But it's way more depressing than I thought it would be. And like it has, nice moments and a nice ending, but like at points this is like Manchester by the Sea, where it's just like, what's the like most depressing, horrible thing you can imagine happening here? It happens.
Bird Box.
I haven't seen Bird Box.
Oh, you're so...
Also, don't compare Roma to Bird Box. You're gonna offend all the hardcore movie fans. But yeah, no, it's very well done. I think, honestly, I do think it could be... I can imagine people not liking it when they first start it, because it opens with... It's like in black and white. It's like a very, like, artistic kind of... Like if you were to think of like a cliche artistic Oscar kind of movie, it's that. Like black and white and all that.
Is the whole thing black and white?
Yeah. And like it opens with this like... just 2 minutes of credits over black and white of like just water sloshing on a garage floor or whatever, which actually kind of ties into the ending, and it's good. Anyway, I won't spoil, but I can imagine people kind of being like, this is is very like pretentious and whatever. But I really liked it. And yeah, as you know, I'm the least pretentious man on the planet.
Very true.
But yeah, it's very
Whips
good.
out Baby Driver jacket.
That jacket is awesome. Anyway. But yeah, no, depressing but very good. Speaking of something that's not depressing but not good.
It is really good actually. The Equalizer I watched. A little Yoda for you there. But with Denzel.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a second one.
There is. It came out last year.
I haven't seen it, but the first one, my God, it's actually pretty good. Denzel plays this like he sometimes times things. He's like, there's this really cool scene where he goes in because he befriends this girl who's a prostitute, right? Not in a sexual way.
Okay.
In a father-daughter kind of esque way, right?
Yeah.
And then she gets beat up by the people like who own not the brothel, but the prostitution service.
Yes.
And he goes to their, I don't know, their hideout, their lair, whatever,
and headquarters.
He kills them all. And then he goes in like he gives him $10,000 for her freedom, right? The guy's like, I make this off of that girl in 2 weeks, right? And then Denzel goes to leave, and then he does something very, very strange. He goes to the door, he opens it, he's considering leaving, then he goes, and he goes, a boom, a boom, a boom with the door. The guys are like, what the f***?
That was totally improvised?
Then he turns around and he thinks 16 seconds, starts his watch, and then he like goes on a rampage and kills everyone in the room.
He goes on a Dwayne. But no, that sounds cool. That sounds like a cool scene.
That being said, it's actually a really good movie.
So it's kind of like a John Wick kind of thing.
It's a John Wick kind of thing, yeah.
I've heard is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it a watch.
I've been meaning to watch it. I'll definitely watch that before I watch whatever terrible thing you suggested last week.
No, you have to watch Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't know. The only thing I've seen from it is in the sequel, the trailer where Denzel's like, hey, you know Star Trek? And the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, do this, and then he does the Vulcan thing, and then Denzel breaks his fingers. That's pretty good. I like that. But I don't know, I might check it out. If it does have the FDK seal of approval.
Oh, it does.
And I've also heard it's kind of good from other people, then I might. It takes
You're completely muting the importance of the FDK approval.
That doesn't really matter in the long term.
It's just a formality.
I've been watching more Bojack Horseman. It's so great. It's amazing and depressing and funny and
it's amazing and depressing. Be a joke.
It is. It's incredibly depressing, but it's very good. Watching more Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think there's an episode coming out tonight.
Is there? I've only seen the first episode in the new season.
Oh, you haven't seen the Scully episode?
I've seen like a clip from it that they, because I follow the Brooklyn Nine-Nine YouTube channel or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's it's Thad from Thadland and Blue Mountain State
no idea what that is.
As Scully.
I don't understand any of the words that just came out of your mouth. What is a Scully?
And how many have been out now?
3. I think there's another one coming out as we're recording this right now. Let's go. The third one, I won't spoil it, but the premise is it's Jake and Gina's high school reunion party, which is a great premise, and there are some funny moments in it. Especially Amy gets a few funny moments, but I can't remember what Terry does that episode, actually. I really love the Top Dog Terry.
For days.
The Top Dog Terry thing is my favorite thing from this season. That's the thing that made me laugh the most. But there is, I don't know, sometimes the emotional moments in Brooklyn Nine-Nine seem a little ham-fisted, and like, I think in this one especially it stood out to me, because at the end, they go, like, he's talking to Gina, and then, like, they're having a goofy conversation, it's all this goofy music, and then, like, very directly, it, like, with no kind of segue, it just transitions into this super, like, melodramatic, like, kind of sentimental music. It sounds kind of like stock music. And it's just, I don't know, it really... That scene, I feel like, wasn't...
I barfed.
I feel like that scene could have been done better, because it's just... I don't know, it came across very, very cheesy and didn't really hit the emotion that it should have with me. Overall, it's good. I watched Vice, another Best Picture nominee.
Oh. God, you're all up in those Oscars.
I am all up in the Oscars. It's a fucking weird movie. It's got great performances. Bale is fantastic. Rockwell is fantastic.
Oh, Rockwell.
Carell is fantastic.
Carell?
Carell is Donald Rumsfeld, as he does on the regular. Amy Adams, everyone's great. It's the style though. Sometimes is great and sometimes is not great. Like, the whole thing is very entertaining because the style is so weird and fast-paced and, like, not like a normal biopic. Yeah. And, like, it has oh my god, the most random thing. There's a narrator and he's like, and who am I? And then This isn't like a spoiler or anything. It's like towards the start. He comes back. They reveal the narrator. It's Todd from Breaking Bad. A mustachioed that guy from Game Night. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And that actually
mustachioed that guy from Game Night.
That comes back in a pretty interesting way later. But like the style is so like it's super weird and ridiculous. Like there's cutaway to different like stock footage and that kind of stuff. And some of the times I thought it worked. And there's one point that I thought was very funny where about halfway through the film, like when it's like in the 80s or something, and he finds out his daughter's gay, they pretend it's like the end of the movie, and they have like a bunch of text at the end where it's like Dick Cheney chose his daughter over like his political career, and he no longer has any heart problems. He now is a Olympic champion or something, and it just kind of goes like that for a while, which is pretty good. And of course, do you know about anything about Dick Cheney?
A little bit, but not.
Yeah, he's not. He does some bad stuff, but also they show like some of his more human side, but also some of the really bad stuff he does. I don't know, but yeah, sometimes the style is really. I don't know. I get what they were going for, and it just comes across as like really cheap. But I think you would enjoy it because it's very like entertaining and fast paced and Rockwell. Like it's Rockwell. Like I think you'd like it. And then finally, the last thing we both watched, been watching for a while actually.
Yeah,
Handball.
Denmark,
world champions.
Can we just
for the first time ever? I think.
No.
Yeah, they've done Olympics and they've done
they've got
European, but they've never been world champions. I don't think.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure on this. I'm not going to look it up because I don't care that much.
I think they've been like multiple times before. Denmark invented handball.
I think it's one of the most entertaining games to watch. Like, I get watching football, but I don't enjoy it particularly. But like this handball is just like it's very
fast much like Vice.
True.
What a tie-in.
What a segue. And like also it's a fun game to play too because I don't think Americans. It's kind of like baseball. What baseball is in Europe, I feel like it's kind of like that in America, where it's like something no one really plays. But it's really fun. It's a good time to play and it's a good time to watch. It's a good sport. And Mikkel Hansen, our boy, and Landin.
Oh, dude, Landin was so good.
Landin is quite the beast.
And whenever did you have the volume on when you were watching?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of dropped in and out.
It was like, and this is like the advantage of the home field, where the commentator would go, Niklas, and everyone in the stadium would go,
oh yeah, I saw that, yeah. So yeah, no, that was just a good time. Now, do you want to talk about some news? Too bad, we're doing it anyway.
God damn it.
Did you see the Oscar noms?
I did actually.
Really? Recite them word for word.
My goodness, that's a strange year. We're in 2918 apparently.
Let's see. So, Best Picture. Oh my god, this is 2017. Why am I such...
That's 2018, but you need to look up the 2019.
That's true, I messed that up. And I didn't even write 2018, I wrote 2918. So, nominated for Best Picture. The big thing is Black Panther's nominated.
I don't think it's gonna win though.
No, but I think it's nominated not as much for the actual movie. Although the movie's good, but like, but like I personally, I don't think it's Best Picture worthy. I think it's more nominated to acknowledge like the cultural impact it had, which they do occasionally. They do sometimes. So I understand it. I made a whole video about it. We talked about it before. We talked about it with Wonder Woman as well. And I think since then I've kind of heard more opinions on it, and I do understand now more that it's more about like how, because it was such a huge like phenomenon, and I do understand that. And yeah, from a movie perspective, I don't think it's Best Picture worthy, but also I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody is Best Picture worthy. So I don't really understand. Like I enjoyed it, but yeah, there's also the whole thing about how the director Bryan Singer's been accused of sexual assault, and so they're saying everyone's saying like Oscars are all about this Me Too and Time's Up, and then they nominate a movie directed mostly by a guy who's been accused. Mm-hmm. Why would
you do that?
The favorite I'm gonna see soon, I think actually on Saturday, Black Klansman of the movies I've seen might be my favorite, honestly.
I really want to watch Black Klansman.
It's really, really good. Bohemian Rhapsody I think is good, not Best Picture worthy. Green Book we're gonna see soon. Roma definitely should be there. A Star is Born I think should be there.
Did Bradley get nominated for Best Director?
I think so. No, he didn't. Never mind. He got nominated for Best Actor. And Vice. Yeah, I can see why, even though some of it is weird. Best Director.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, no Cooper, but I haven't seen Cold War or really heard anything about it. But I don't know. Best Actress, Yalitza Aparicio. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Of all of these, yeah, I've only seen Roma and A Star Is Born of these 5.
I think Lady Gaga will win.
I don't know, because she's the main woman from Roma is great. Best Actor, Christian Bale, I think should win. He was amazing. Vigo.
Anyone but Willem Dafoe should win this.
Why? You haven't even seen At Eternity's Gate. I don't have any either. Bradley Cooper was also pretty good. Rami, I thought, was also really good. I don't know. great podcasting here.
They're all pretty good.
Just listing off some names. Best Supporting Actress, to The Favorites. Whew. I would probably give that to... I thought Amy Adams was really good in Vice. But people are also rooting for Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, which I haven't seen, but I've heard is amazing. I should probably check out. What a category this is. We have Mahershala, Driver, Sam Elliott, whoever this guy is. Oh, Richard E. Grant, and Rockwell.
Is Rockwell Bush?
Yeah.
He looks so much like Bush.
He was really good as Bush. Although I think there were kind of some historical inaccuracies there. Hawk is not nominated, but his movie is. Buster Scruggs is nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Oh my god, Buster.
Makeup and hairstyling, I think they should probably give to Vice, because that was really good. Costume design, Scruggs is back, baby. Scruggs is in full effect. Cinematography, Roma cinematography was pretty great. Best original song, not that one from Black Panther. I'll be honest, I've heard that song too many times.
Me too.
Now.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "It's alright."
I've heard it like 100 times.
If Shallow doesn't win this, I'll riot.
Oh, Shallow will win, but I think when a cowboy trades his spurs for his wings, I'm rooting for that.
Don't have a root for that.
Original score, Isle of Dogs had a great score. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. Spider-Verse will win animated. You know, a bunch of stuff here. Avengers hopefully will win visual effects. So anyway, moving on. Birds of Prey first look. Did you see this? It's like 10 seconds of like footage of Margot Robbie in a weird new Harley Quinn outfit, and Ewan McGregor's in it briefly.
Wait, is this the new
Harley Quinn movie?
Oh, I did not see this.
I don't know. It's called Birds of Prey or The Fantabulous Amazing Adventures of Harley Quinn or some stupid like that. We're just gonna call it Birds of Prey. New Shazam trailer, didn't show much, just more of the same basically. I mean, new footage, but same kind of stuff. Oh, here's some good news.
What? It's not good news.
The Invisible Man. Also, everyone made the same joke where the headline was like, Johnny Depp is not in The Invisible Man, and they were like, yeah, it's because he's playing the Invisible... Sorry.
Sorry to all you Johnny Depp jokesters out there. Why not?
So they're revamping it. Instead of being a sequel to our favorite film, The Mummy, it's going to be produced by Jason Blum, who does all the...
Jason what?
Blum.
Blum?
Yeah, who does all the horror movies.
Very strange name.
Have you not heard of Blumhouse?
Oh!
Yeah.
I'll call it Bloomhouse.
Well, you're an idiot. Yeah, he makes all the horror movies, basically. Okay, not all of them, but most of them. It's going to be directed by the guy who directed Upgrade. And it's not going to star Johnny, so 3 pieces of amazing news. Moving on.
What is this?
Did you see the Ted Bundy trailer?
I know.
It's called like Extremely Violent and Wicked and Evil or something.
Isn't it on Netflix now?
Well, here's the thing. There's a Ted Bundy documentary on Netflix right now. And then, weirdly, probably this isn't a coincidence, they're making a Ted Bundy movie starring Zac Efron as Ted Bundy. Which, I mean, he looks a bit like him. And there was a big controversy over... I can show you a little bit of this trailer, because it is weird. How they... I mean, it's not... Okay, so here's the thing. You know who Ted Bundy is, right?
Yeah.
He, murdered and did horrible, horrible things. And then this trailer is kind of edited like The Wolf of Wall Street.
Extremely wicked, shocking, evil, and vile trailer.
And so the controversy around it is people are like, and I kind of thought this, like, they have this title card that pops up like, America's most notorious serial, and it's like, I think it was in the 70s he did most of this, and I imagine the family of the women he, like, murdered and did horrible things to are still alive, and I don't know how they feel about this kind of thing. So I really do understand that, like, making it like this kind of trailer. The other thing that I think I can see the other side as well, is people are like, Zac Efron is like, he's very like charming and winking at the audience in the courtroom, whatever. But I think like that's what Ted Bundy was like. Like that's his whole thing is that he was like charming, and there's news footage of people being like, yeah, he doesn't seem like someone who would kill people or whatever. Like that I understand, and like I think they're gonna show, they will. They're gonna show like how terrible he is in film. But I do agree that the style of the trailer, and just, I don't know, just making this film in general, some of it does seem weird to me. And also, like, on the Netflix thing, I've seen the trailer when you log into Netflix and it plays that, and it's like, he would do it again and again, and they show, like, pictures of all the women he's killed, and I'm like, I don't know, that just weirds me out a bit, because, I mean, yeah, the relatives are alive still, so I don't know, but, I mean, this is also only a trailer, you know, often the director isn't in charge of the trailer, it's sent to, like, a trailer house, so maybe the movie will be different. I don't know. Moving on. Tom Cnews. I just saw an article.
Wait, we need to.
Oh, it's time for
the Tom Cnews.
So I looked at Tom Cruise in the first article that popped up. I picked it because it was a funny title. A look back at sweaty Tom Cruise and other celebs airport style in the 2000s. Now, the article did include Pitt. It did include Will Smith, I do believe. That is hot. But I honestly hate and I don't understand, like,
Tom Cruise.
when, like, paparazzi take pictures of celebrities at the airport, like, that's so obnoxious. I would imagine. I mean, not like it's happening to me.
Just 30,000 subscribers.
Just get recognized a lot. But that's so ugh. Anyway, moving on to
the Tom Cnews.
We're finally returning to classic BHL is super tired and not into it podcasting, where you kind of have to start carrying it.
I usually carry it.
So let's talk about the 2019 upcoming movies, and anything we have to say about them, we'll just say.
A Dog's Way Home?
Nah,
I've got nothing.
Nah, definitely not.
Glass.
Have you seen Glass?
Is it out?
Yes.
Already. I have not seen it, but I really want to.
Are you going to?
I think so, but I need to watch Split first.
Well, have you seen Unbreakable?
No.
Oh, well, you have to see both of them. Well, I listened to, because I didn't really have any intention of seeing this, I listened to the Weekly Planet episode about it, and so I know exactly what happens. And I guess I shouldn't spoil the twist and the ending for you, but yeah. I'm very tempted to, because it is...
go for it.
Okay, spoilers for Glass, keeping in mind neither of us have seen it, but the twist basically is, have you seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer.
So they're in, like, a mental hospital, and so they have this psychologist woman, right?
Yeah.
The twist is the psychologist woman is in a secret organization where... I said spoilers, right?
Oh, you did.
Where they try to hunt down superpowered people and then, like, take away their powers by poking them in the brain or something. And so they've rounded up Mr. Glass and James McAvoy and Bruce Willis. And then the ending of the film, epic twist, all three of them die.
What?
So Mr. Glass, who's, like, power...
Elijah, what have you done? That's in the trailer.
Oh, you think I'm that big of a Glass fan? Mr. Glass's power is super brittle bones, which is not much of a power at all. I
thought his power was his intelligence.
Well, it is, but also his other power is he has super weak bones. So James McAvoy, in his beast mode, punches him and kills him. And then James McAvoy, I believe, is shot. And then Bruce Willis, his weakness is water, apparently. He can't swim, so he's drowned in a puddle. Apparently, which is just imagining Bruce Willis being held back by that psychologist, just being drowned in, like, 2 inches of water. I kind of want to see it now. But the rest of the film is apparently meh.
Meh?
Yeah. Which is why I was like...
Is Split good?
I enjoyed Split. I thought it was fine. It was better than this sounds, to be fair. Replicas. I have no idea what this is. Like, I haven't seen the trailer, but it is Keanu Reeves, and I think his family are a bunch of clones or something. I only saw that it was the lowest opening for a Keanu Reeves film ever, and let's just hope John Wick 3 works out better for him. The Kid Who Would Be King.
This looks so dumb.
It looked horrible to me, but apparently it's really good. It's gotten really good reviews. And it's directed by Joe Cornish, who worked with Edgar Wright on a bunch of his stuff, like the...
He looks like Elon Musk.
He does a bit. Bit of a more timid Elon. Yeah, he worked on... I don't know, he's collaborated with Edgar Wright in a bunch of stuff, or he's a good friend of Edgar Wright. I can't really remember what exactly they've done together. Anyway, yeah, so he directed it, and apparently it's good, which surprises me.
Does it look really just...
Oh, you've seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, it looked horrible. But apparently it's kind of fun.
But it's playing on that Merlin vibe, so you know.
So, you know, I gotta check it out. Velvet Buzzsaw, this is coming to Netflix in a few weeks. I think
what is
like
this
1 week.
about?
It's the new Gyllenhaal movie. directed by the director of Nightcrawler, which is an excellent Gyllenhaal film. I don't know what it's about. I actually have actively been avoiding the trailer because I'm like, dude, I love this Netflix formula where it's like, we tell you there's a movie coming out, and it's coming out in like a week, because then I can just, just watch it immediately. And also they're getting like big names. Like, I mean, Roma was a Netflix release, or it came out in some cinemas, I think, but like it went straight to Netflix. And Annihilation did, Buster Scruggs did. Netflix is doing really well, and I enjoy that. Like, I don't want cinemas to die or anything. I want the cinema experience to stay alive. Otherwise, we'd never have those George kind of moments.
We need those George kind of moments.
But I do enjoy like just being like, hey, here's this thing from this good director, and it's coming out like next week, and you can watch it for free.
But that takes the like market value way off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of running cinemas out of business. But hey, I guess I am part of the problem.
But so if a movie is like instantly released on Netflix, doesn't it make less if it were to be released in the cinema first? Or not necessarily?
Well, I mean, who would have gone to see The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
I mean, that's fair.
But I think...
Like Bird Box,
like
for
Netflix,
example.
Yeah, Bird Box. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because I haven't seen it because I refuse to watch it. I think Netflix pays them like a substantial amount of money.
Oh, okay.
And then like that counts for it. I don't really know how it works though. It's very interesting. The Lego Movie 2, the screenings have been starting, gotten really good reviews.
Has it?
So
with Pratt?
With Pratt playing two Pratts. Double the Pratt, double the money. Yeah, he's playing like normal Lego Pratt and then badass Lego Pratt, where he's like all the Pratt movies combined into one. So he's like a space ranger and a T-Rex wrangler or something. I don't know. It looks fun, I guess. Happy Death Day to you. Very clever.
See, it's super clever, actually. I haven't seen the first one, although I really want to. Although I know how it ends.
How does it end?
It ends with...
Spoilers!
Shut up! Have you seen the trailer for it? You have, right?
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where her friend comes in and is like, happy birthday, right?
Yeah.
That's her who kills. And then she gives her a cupcake. And then, so the main girl, she ends up actually surviving. Then she eats a cupcake and then dies, right? And then she finds out the next day that it's her friend who's been poisoning the cupcake because she apparently slept with some guy that the other girl liked.
Oh, that's such a stupid ending.
Yeah. And then it ends with her throwing the woman who tried to kill her out of window and killing her. So I don't know how she's gonna like come back from this.
Well, have you seen the trailer for this new one?
I haven't seen it. No.
So she's Groundhog Day'd again, apparently.
Shit.
Yeah, right.
How does that happen to a single person twice? I just want it to happen to me once.
I'd just be, oh, f***. Not again.
We just become best friends.
And it's like the song plays like.
Does it play again?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh my God, no!" That's my impression of. This is a really tired podcast, in case you couldn't tell.
No.
Whatever. The first one looked bad, and it apparently was bad, and this one will probably be bad as well. Alita, Battle Angel.
That looks stupid.
It does. I thought you were gonna compliment it for some reason. I don't know why.
You're the most human person I've ever met.
That's an excellent waltz.
Thank you.
Is it Waltz who says that?
I don't know.
Okay, I took a stab in the dark. I was like, Waltz is in it. It's based off of an anime by the same name. I know you're a huge anime fan. But the cast looks alright. Now I don't want to say the main girl who I've just discovered is in fact Captain Jack Sparrow's biggest enemy, Rosa Salazar. I haven't seen anything she's in. She's in Maze Runner and Insurgent and Search Party, which looks like an excellent film based on that poster.
James Boy.
T.J. Miller stars in Search Party. Never mind. Let's get off this page. I thought that was Efron.
That's T.J.
But then who's this guy? Is that not Efron? Anyway, so I haven't seen her in anything.
Genuine horror. Is that not Efron?
But it's got Christoph Waltz.
It's got Franklin.
It's got Franklin.
Oh, Francis. Damn it.
Franklin, really? It's got
Mahershala.
It has Mahershala, and it does have Rorschach. What? And Isaac Gonzalez from Baby Driver. So, the cast is looking pretty good.
And Michelle Rodriguez.
It looks like, did you see Valerian?
No, I didn't.
City of
with
1,000 Planets.
Cara Delevingne?
Yeah, terrible movie. Great visuals, but terrible performances and plot. But it looks kind of like that, and a bit like Mortal Engines. You see that one? Anyway, it looks like those in the sense...
London, but on wheels.
It looks like those in the sense that it's, like, high concept, like, sci-fi CGI that'll probably make no money. Maybe I'll be wrong, but it looks like it'll make no money. And I don't know, the visual style, to me, it just looks like a computer game, which kind of...
Yeah.
That's part of what put me off of Ready Player One, which technically is a computer game. It's supposed to be, but also, I don't know, I don't really love that visual style. And everything was gray and, like, ugh. That movie should have been so colorful and, like, vibrant.
It could have done so much more with what it had.
They just added to Netflix, actually. I was thinking about watching some parts of it, but then I was like, oh, wait.
I hated that. It sucks.
It's alright. I think it's fine. Anyway.
Now, something that's going to be really good.
Oh, yeah.
And something I'm very excited for.
It's gotten excellent reviews, by the way.
Has it?
I think it's coming out in Denmark, like, now, today.
And yeah, I know.
Yeah.
31st?
Yeah, so tomorrow, I guess. Spoilers to when we're recording this.
How to Train Your Dragon
The conclusion to your favorite trilogy of films.
Oh, How to Train Your... It's such a good movie franchise.
Bearded Hiccup?
I'm looking forward to Bearded Hiccup.
Well, you're rocking quite the...
I
wouldn't call it a hiccup. I'd call it more of like a... I don't know, it's kind of scraggly and gross.
I don't know, you're kind of a ratto.
When I look at you, I just think the word scraggly and gross. No, it looks like the others. It looks good.
Thank you.
I don't have...
I groom it every day.
I don't have the same attachment to them as you do, but I like the others. I'll probably see this one. Moving on, Captain Marvel, which looks...
It's like an Ant-Man-esque thing.
Yeah.
But not as serious. So, I mean, not as funny.
Not as serious as Rudd.
And Rudd is a very serious man.
The latest trailer gives me hope, because that looked pretty cool. Most of the trailers have looked fine, but just nothing... I don't know, it just looks a little bit alright to me, you know? Like, so far nothing's really blown me away. I'm really excited to see, like... Well, I'm excited to see Captain Marvel and how she plays into this universe, and because she's apparently going to be a really big part of it going forward. So I hope Brie Larson is good, which I think she will be. Because so far in the trailers, some of her lines have been a little meh, but in trailers also they cut off dialogue sometimes to make it sound weird. Not to make it sound weird, but it makes it sound weird. So I think in the actual movie, I have hope, because she's a great actress. I'm really excited to see, like, young Phil Coulson and young Samuel.
You say the Samuel looks hella good.
It looks so good, man. It's scary good. It's Pulp Fiction Samuel. I think we're gonna get maybe like a Robert Redford cameo or a young Tony Stark cameo, something like that. And we're gonna get Ronan we're gonna get the Who guy.
I'm looking so much forward to the Who guy. Who? I was confused. I thought you were gonna sneeze. I realized you were gonna who it.
You can't see, but I counted down with my fingers to that Who.
We're gonna see the Who. Such idiots.
Someone's so gonna take that out of context. I think it's actually worse in context. Never mind. No,
that someone willingly did this.
I think it'll be. I hope it's gonna be good. Us, Peel's
I'm
new.
looking so much forward to that.
It looks very good. We talked about it last time, so let's not talk about it too much this time. No dilly-dallying. But it looks good.
Dumbo.
I'm not gonna see this.
Me neither. Like, Dumbo, I've never really watched much as the actual, like, original one, because, like, yeah.
And this one looks just... I don't know. The Disney live-action remakes kind of depends on... No, I don't know. This just looks very meh to me. And, like, it's just this weird, like... rubbery-looking CGI world that, like, Tim Burton has in a lot of his films now. I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. If it gets amazing reviews, I'll probably see it, but otherwise, I'm good.
Have you seen Mowgli?
No. Have you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. We hyped it up so much, and then neither of us ended up seeing it. Shazam?
Sounded so unsure. Shazam!
I'm saying it to get the lightning. Shazam! This also has the Who in it.
You know what also has the Who? Your face light up. This also has the Who. Doesn't Fast and Furious 6 also have... I mean 7.
Yes. He comes up to Diesel and he's like...
Who?
He just whispers it. It's a shootout.
Who?
Scruggs
Blast
style.
Diesel in the face.
It's like Black Bolt, but only the word Who works. Anyway, Shazam. It looks kind of fun, even though it looks sort of
so goofy.
I mean, I like that it looks goofy, but also it looks kind of cheap and like a TV show almost.
I don't like his suit. It looks like something that ought to be in Humans.
I don't think it's. Don't go that far.
Sorry.
I think it'll be carried by Zachary Levi, who voices. I gotta get me one of these. Do you get it?
Flynn Rider.
Yes, I'm so happy you got that. It's because
Mama, I gotta get me one of these. As the horse comes.
Yeah.
Let's act out Rapunzel.
Shazam looks pretty fun. Pet Sematary got nothing to say about. Hellboy.
I've got a lot to say about Pet Sematary.
I don't care. This is my pod. I'm your host, BHL Hudson.
Have you not listened to the intro before?
Hellboy we talked about last week. Missing Link.
Is this from the Monster vs. Aliens?
No.
Because the missing link is in that.
No, I know. I'm aware. I'm aware of the film Monsters vs. Aliens. I quite enjoy that movie, actually, even though it's probably terrible. I haven't seen it in years.
Oh my god, what is this Bigfoot mishap?
I gotta show you the cast real quick. Close your eyes and let me just read this cast to you. It stars... You know, you can open your eyes. Because it's only really these two I'm concerned about. It's a teaming of Hugh Jackman and Zach Galifianakis.
Why'd you say it? It's so awkward. Galifianakis. As if it's some weird lizard creature you're talking about.
The wild Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
And Zoe Saldana and Timothy Olyphant. Bunch of people. It's the new Leica film, which is the company that made Coraline. Like, makes all those kinds of style of movies.
Yeah.
So their movies are usually good, although I haven't seen, like, the last 3. But, I don't know, it'll probably be solid. Under the Silver Lake, we don't have time. It stars Spider-Man, the old one. Not the really old one, but the less old one.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yes.
Andrew.
Yes. Lasagna.
I was gonna say lasagna.
I've never seen you get genuinely upset.
How did you know?
Anyway, that's probably good. Avengers Endgame. Do we have anything?
Not much to say.
Do we have anything to say about that that we haven't said already?
Probably not.
How do you think Tony Stark's gonna escape that situation?
I don't think he is. He's gonna suffocate in space.
That's the opening scene. It's over the Marvel credits. You just hear it in the background. RDJ just dying. I think I would love if, because there are a few options. Because, you know, Nebula could do something because I think he's with Nebula on that ship. Pepper Potts could come save him because it's been seen she has the rescue armor on. Thor can teleport literally anywhere in the universe, so he could probably do it. But I would love it if, little throwback to Iron Man 1, he builds something out of scraps.
Falcon comes.
Thanos saves him.
Obadiah comes along.
I love the idea of, like, they could teleport anywhere, and then Thor just sends Falcon into the middle of space to get the job done. And just Mackie instantly regrets it.
Thor misses. Mackie dies in space.
That's the post-credit scene. You never see... Oh, Mackie's dead. What are we talking about? Okay, he sends
Oh, right.
who's still alive? Bruce Banner. How about that? He sends Ruffalo just flying towards the windshield. It's just the actor Mark Ruffalo. This is such a terrible pod.
Top script.
Anyway, I would love it.
It's just genuinely in space, floating around.
I would love it if
Yondu style.
I would love it if Tony Stark built something out of, like, scraps on the ship and then got them out of it. I don't know what, because it'd have to be, like, some kind of teleportation device, but I'm excited. Anyway, Avengers Endgame, they're going to do some time travel. There have been so many cast members announced that they're going to be in it from, like, returning MCU stuff, so spoilers, I guess, kind of, but these aren't confirmed. These are more rumored, but some of them have been confirmed, so Valkyrie's going to be in it, apparently. They're going to bring back the Ancient One, Peggy Carter, Howard Stark, just all over the MCU timeline. And they're also saying they're going to only show marketing from the first 15 minutes of the movie, which excites me, because then I can still watch the trailers and not be spoiled. Bloody win-win.
Something that confuses me, why in, what's it called? Infinity War, why didn't Doctor Strange just do the, you know, the portal thing? right? And then chop off Thanos' arm.
But this is all part of his plan. Because that wouldn't have worked probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't get paid enough to do this.
Shut up.
AdSense is low in January. It's a tough time. Detective Pikachu.
I'm really excited for this, actually.
I'm mildly excited because I don't really care about Pokemon, but you are a huge Pokemon nerd.
When I was younger, oh my god, I was such a nerd. But I'm looking forward to that Reynolds.
Yeah, I think the trailer looks fun. Like, even if you aren't into Pokemon, it looks like a fun movie. And, like, I like the style and, like, how the Pokemon look. I don't know. I like it. Now, let's talk John Wick 3 Parabellum very briefly, because we already talked about this last time. But, did you know... We got a comment, actually, because last time we were like, Parabellum, what does that even mean? And we looked it up, it's a type of gun. It also means, apparently, I didn't look this up, this could be totally wrong, but according to that YouTube comment, it means prepare for war in Latin. Which is a very nice...
Very fitting.
I love it now, because before I was like, I like it because it's not super generic, but also it's kind of weird that it's just the name of a gun.
Yeah.
But now, a gun and a prepare for war? And
John
it sounds
Wick is
kind
so
of cool.
So literate.
Yes, very. Also, I just want to say I love the John Wick posters because the first poster is Wick got the gun pointing at the camera. Second poster, you know, the one where he has all the guns around his face.
Yeah.
And the new poster for this one is like it's Wick on one end of the poster, and then like just like an army of guys with their guns raised at him on the other. It's good stuff. Also, I do want to ask you, who would win in a fight, John Wick or the Punisher?
John Wick.
Here's the thing.
If it were shooting, John Wick.
If it's not shooting, Punisher.
If it were hand to hand,
definitely Punisher.
Yeah.
But I think if the Punisher had some kind, because I think John Wick's, I think they're almost evenly matched in terms of, I think the Punisher has way more tolerance for being beaten and is better hand to hand. But I think like shoot wise, John Wick has the advantage of, unlike any villain in the Punisher, he always shoots for the head.
Yeah.
And not for his chest. But if the Punisher had some kind of headgear on, I think he could win. But then again, we've never really seen, I don't think we've seen the Punisher with headgear very often. No. So I think that has to go to John Wick just because he'd take that one shot. But if it was like a prolonged one, and like they were moving on a carousel, let's say, then John Wick getting some glass in the face. Bring it in.
Russo.
Moving on, Aladdin.
Nah.
Brightburn.
What does that mean?
It is the new, I think it's produced, it's not directed, but it's produced by James Gunn.
So James Rifle?
Exactly. It is like Man of Steel, but if he became evil. So it's a horror movie. So if that kid didn't grow up to be Superman, but instead, it's still when he's a kid, became like...
But it is like Clark Kent or what?
No, it's not. But like it's very and even
similar.
he said he's like it's very heavily influenced by Man of Steel. It's like an alien little boy comes. It's if Superman became evil when he was a kid though.
Okay.
And it looks pretty scary. I'm interested in it, and it seems like I think it might be going to Netflix. Well, but I could be wrong.
You wouldn't say so.
Godzilla, the King of the Monsters. It looks good.
I haven't seen the trailer. I don't think.
It has Charles Dance in it.
I've seen the trailer.
And he goes, "All hail the king." And then, I don't know.
That's all he does. It's just Charles Dance.
It's just a minute of Charles Dance just looking down. All hail the king. Yeah.
You gonna watch this?
Yeah. I mean, so far, the Monsterverse, as they're calling it, has been actually pretty good so far. It's like the one cinematic universe that hasn't crashed and burned. They have Godzilla. They have Kong. Now they have this, and they're doing Godzilla v Kong, which I feel like would go very...
VidCon?
Which I feel like would go very quickly in the Godzilla direction, because they're about equal size, but Godzilla has atomic breath. Anyway, Rocketman.
Is this Elton John?
It is. It is starring. Can you guess who's?
I was making a meme.
Oh no,
it actually is.
Can you guess who's playing Elton?
Give me a hint.
Okay, let me think of a really good hint.
If you say his name, I'm gonna be really mad.
Okay, in the film he's arguably the most famous for, at one point, he says to a mean person, he says, "Tell your Muppets to go inside." I think. I could be totally wrong about that. And
is this the Muppet / Melissa McCarthy crossover?
No, it is not. He means Muppet as in, like, the British term for it, which is, like, kind of just a, like, douchebag, like, idiot.
Is it Sacha Baron Cohen?
No!
Then I give up.
Okay, he goes, he's told, not by that person, but by a different person, if you save the world, we can... Terran is Rocketman. That's the trailer. It's like 5 seconds of black screen and then just Terran jumps in front of the camera. Terran is Rocketman. He just shakes the camera around like a horror film. He's not even dressed like Elton John. It's just Terran. He's dressed like Merlin for some reason. The wizard, not the governor.
Not the wizard, but the governor. Why is he playing Rocketman? The trailer is just Terran equals Elton. Then boom, Rocketman.
But Elton was in Kingsman 2 and he was the worst part of that film. Your music is great, but you were terrible in that movie. The trailer looks good though. And it's directed by the guy who took over Bohemian Rhapsody from Bryan Singer when he got fired or left, or I think he got fired. So hey, promising?
Perhaps.
We should have done a rating system for these. We can start now. That's really the... I'm sorry that I'm tired this episode. We had a full day of school, unlike when we usually record these. Now we're gonna... Okay, let me cut this. Yeah, do we really have anything to say about the Downton Abbey movie? Okay, we're gonna... Speed round! that's the Rocketman trailer. Terran just jumps in front of the camera. Speed round! There's no release date, there's no title. That's it. And everyone somehow knows. Oh my god. Dark Phoenix, it's been getting a lot of test screenings and then people are saying it's really bad.
Is it?
Secret Life of Pets 2. Why did I put this in? Men in Black International talked about last time. Toy Story 4. Key and Peele? Doing a bit of toy stand-up. Spider-Man Far From Home we talked about. The Lion King, I guess you care about. Nerd. Sir Elton's coming back for that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Here's one we can talk about.
Yes. I'm very excited for this.
Have you seen the pics? I like, there's a pic of DiCaprio jumping with a gun, which looks very cool. It's set in the 70s. It's based on something that I can't remember. Oh my god, why do I not remember it? Anyway, it'll probably be good because I love Tarantino's movies.
It's got a great cast
Great cast, great director. Good stuff.
Great DiCaprio?
An okay DiCaprio.
That's fair.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Shaw!
Announce it with such majesty. Statham and Dwayne
I'm so excited
up.
for it.
And they're going against Idris.
I'm very excited.
This is the ultimate Woody movie.
But Idris looks like he's been put into like really weird spandex.
He's in a bit of a weird cat suit, I will admit. But I'm excited. Okay, though, I do have to say, Idris going against The Rock. The Rock would punch him once and his head would explode. From sheer awesomeness. I'm very excited for that. New Mutants, they're in a school of mutants.
Is that the... And they're new.
That's the tagline. And it has those unenthusiastic pauses in it.
New Mutants, it's school mutants.
It has the guy from The Predator, like the one no one remembers, who's also in Stranger Things. There's a part in the trailer where he's like a fire mutant, and then he puts his hand on the thing, and she's like, "Well," it's got Arya Stark in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say something in the beginning?
I don't know, because I forgot. Can I not catch a break once? Dora the Explorer, who cares? Artemis Fowl, who cares? I like those books, but the trailer looked meh. Angry Birds 2, who cares?
I care. Very much. No, I've seen the first Angry Birds.
Why?
I was babysitting.
The Playmobil movie.
I like how you look through all of these and you only decided to take away Downton Abbey. You're like, oh, you know what I need? Zombieland Double Tap is happening.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But the Playmobil movie. They're also making a Pez movie.
Pez, the Pro Evolution Soccer?
No, what? The dispenser thing. That dispenses candy. I have one up here.
Oh.
At least I thought I had one up here. Okay, I don't have one up here. So who cares? It too. Got McAvoy, got Hater.
Got McAvoy?
And Hater.
Got Hater.
Yeah, probably be fine. Spies in Disguise, Will Smith turns into a pigeon.
Oh, that looks so...
We definitely have to see that. Joker looks good. Although, recently, the girl from Deadpool 2, whose name I can't remember right now, she came out and said, we basically don't have a script. We just went to the director and we're like, hey, can we do this? And he was like, yeah. So that could either make a terrible movie or a pretty fun movie.
You know, there's a theory about how the Joker is, what's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No, the Joker in Who plays the Joker?
Oh, Joaquin.
Joaquin might not actually be the Joker. For once, I tried to create something good up on this podcast.
I just did an excited gasp. It was not sarcastic at all. No, what's the theory?
What's it?
What's the payoff?
That Joaquin is not actually the no, I was gonna say the Phoenix. It's not actually the Joker.
But then who is the Joker?
I don't know. But not Joaquin.
That's such a terrible plot twist. There's no, like, someone else was the Joker all along, or Jared Leto walks out. It's just like, it's not me. The movie ends.
He looks at the camera. Gotcha.
Pranked. Zombieland Double Tap.
It's got Woody.
It does. They released a poster recently where it was like, you know, that 10-year challenge that people are doing? And so it was like 10-year challenge, but then it was the new poster, and it's like all the same poses and everything, but Woody's probably balder. I don't know. I can't remember. He's probably wearing a cowboy hat or something.
But Woody is probably balder.
That's the tagline to that. Terminator 6. I don't know. It's directed by the guy who did Deadpool, so I'm pretty excited for that. Charlie's
Deadpool 1
Angels.
or 2?
1. Don't know why I put this in because I have nothing to say about it. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Let's talk for a few hours about this one. It apparently they were hoping to get Pratt because some concept art was leaked.
Not as Sonic. They just wanted to get.
No, yeah, not as they wanted him as like his human friend because it's like a CGI in the real world.
Oh, I hate those.
And they released a picture where it's a silhouette of live action Sonic, but Carrie's in it, I'm pretty sure. But he's like weirdly muscular and looks kind of like a human. It's very disturbing.
Why does Sonic look like he's been lifting?
Yeah. Very weird. So I do not care about that. Kingsman: The Great Game, a Kingsman prequel with Rafe and Charles Dance. I don't know. It'll probably be good.
It's got dance.
If Charles Dance and Christoph
Waltz
ever did a film,
would it be called The Great Dance of Waltz and Dance?
Someone please make a poster of that. The Great Dance of Waltz and Dance. It has nothing to do with dancing. It's a heist film. One of them is a cop, one is a criminal. Please get on board with this idea here. Frozen 2.
Yes.
Fine. Jumanji 3.
Where's Jumanji 2?
The Dwayne one was Jumanji 2.
But isn't that a Jumanji reboot?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but then everyone gave me shit in my video and they were like, hey, it's actually Jumanji 3, and I was like, well, fine. So, Jumanji 3.
Very excited.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for something in my entire life. And Star Wars Episode 9. Meh.
Yeah.
It'll probably be good.
You know me and Star Wars, we're not big buddies.
True. It'll probably be good. So we've really half-assed this episode, haven't we? But also, I feel like some of our best work is done when we're incredibly tired. Moving on to some announcements and such. Bad Luck responded to our little, not shout-out, but just mentioning his comment, and he was like, this is the greatest honor I've ever received, including being on Yai, which is Jackson's series. It made me laugh. JC Comics sent a bunch more stuff on the email.
Let's see this.
And I checked some of them out, and yep, it's classic JC.
Oh, let's see this.
Oh man. Oh, he sent 2 more things. So first, he sent this.
This is the best musical collaboration ever. Is that Gad?
It's Gad with Loaded Diaper.
I'll look at Roderick rocking it in the back.
Then the Poorly Planned Podcast, the TV show.
All episodes
are written,
directed, produced, and created by Brad Payton.
Who directed Rampage.
Oh.
Little Marky Mark as FDK, Brendan Thwaites. We wrote Brendan Thwaites, which I think is unforgivable, quite frankly.
Don't ever text us again.
Very nice. Movie synopsis.
Dwayne Johnson and Tom Cruise try to find that sneaky Gad. What is this sneaky Gad in the background?
I'll read Tom's dialogue. I think we will finally catch him.
I'll read Dwayne's. I don't know. He's just so sneaky.
Jim, will those pencils bother you?
Don't worry, they won't pierce any vital organs. That's pretty good.
I could tell you weren't on board when you saw it was The Office, but then you very quickly became on board. Who would win in a fight? In one corner, we have a man also in the shadow of Depp and is trying to branch out and do his own thing. It is Gibbs, just so you know. In another...
We have an incredibly sneaky man who can sing.
Oh yes, another one of these.
God damn it.
Oh no, wait, where'd it go?
Oh, we haven't seen that.
Okay. Oh, I saw this one.
After Bob's company read in the Wall Street Journal that he's still
Playing tag.
he got fired. I needed money, so he started a life of crime.
See, I remember we talked about how Baby Driver and Tag are definitely in the same world, and I'm so happy we finally have more backing for that theory. And then, so a new team thing, part 2. So my team, my solo is Django, my jungle is Mad Max, my mid is Bob Parr, my support is Michael Scott from Threat Level Midnight, and my carry
Is that Bateman?
I think it's Bateman. And then
what is
your solo is Seth Rogen in the interview. Your jungle
is Roderick.
Your mid is Harrelson from Now You See Me Too, which I personally think is the worst Harrelson.
My support is Gibbs wearing a hat.
That's the best version of Gibbs.
And my carry is Vince Vaughn on any set ever.
So I do appreciate those.
Please keep those up because they're a lot of fun.
I think there's one more. Wait. JJ Quakes.
Oh,
hey, BHL. I think this is just for me. So you can leave now.
Fair.
So thank you, JC Comics. Beautiful stuff, as always. Also, I just want to mention the story real quick at the end here. I just thought it was kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking. She was like, "Oh, you want to study film later on?" And I was like, "Yeah, probably." And she's like, "I want to study film too. What do you think I'm doing?" We talked about that for a while, and then she was like, "Oh, do you want to like make film or like talk about film?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll probably make films." She's like, "Yeah, can you imagine being like a critic, just being like, this is good and this is bad? Like, what a bunch of assholes." And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah."
I was like, "Oh yeah, what a bunch of pricks those guys."
Did she not know about your channel?
I don't think so. Which is weird because everyone knows about it now. Which is weird because they're all subscribed.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awkward conversation when she finds out that you're one of those assholes.
Yeah, but hey, well, you are also one of those assholes. So I think that's the pod for this week. I'm sorry this one was much worse, but also we're doing this so frequently now that can you blame us?
Not really.
You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Instagram at fdalgard.
Oof.
On YouTube, where I just posted the most recent Pitbull vid.
Oh, it's very good.
At FDK Space Gaming. And on, what is it? Oh, Twitter at FDK_DaltSniper.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, I think so too.
So I think that's been the pod this week. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next time.